Yo, what's good, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sisters review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to. If not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now, we're here to talk about this whole Karen and Aaron debacle, if you will, that happened on Wednesday night. Now, if you caught the after show of Our Sister's Keeper with me and Erica Vane Wednesday night at 10:30, we had a very lively discussion when it came to this particular scene because so many people had many different perspectives and opinions. It was very lively. I thoroughly enjoyed it because I love hearing different perspectives, and so many things alter or change or affect how we think about things. It could be, things that we've experienced personally, things that we have witnessed as an extension of our friendships or dynamics in our families. So it was very interesting hearing and reading everyone's perspective on this particular scene. But I'm going to tell you where Allie Nick stands when it comes to this. It was long overdue. Okay. Aaron speaking to Karen in the manner in which he did was long overdue. I was with it. I was anticipating the moment when they showed us, last week after the episode credit, when they were showing us what was going to happen. I was eagerly waiting for this scene. However, Jamie Giddens, who was the writer of this particular episode, there were so many things that was off brand, in my personal opinion, for Aaron to say to Karen. And I'm gonna dive into that first. Now, I was all here for Aaron getting whatever he needed to get off his chest, for telling Karen how he felt, for telling Karen how he felt about her attitude towards him, about the way that she dealt with him. I was all here for it, and I can greatly appreciate that. What I had a problem with is when Aaron began to bring up Zach, Fatima, and Karen's friends. Because what do they have to do with the situation between you and this woman? It should have stayed between him and Karen. No outside influences had to be brought up in the midst of that conversation. I had a huge issue with that, and it just really did not seem on brand for Aaron to do. When he brought up Zach, I was so taken aback, and his words were, "That's why Zach didn't know how to deal with you." And I said, wait a minute. Now, you're the same man who apologized to Karen for butting in or having an opinion about how she spoke to him when you had no idea the things that she has endured when it came to her relationship with Zach. And rightfully so. You should have apologized because you had no idea. Now, fast forward. Let's talk about, you have fought Zach a few times. The last time that Aaron and Zach came to a physical altercation was because Zach aggressively approached Aaron and Karen at the restaurant. And not only that, Zach put his hands on a pregnant Karen, which prompted Aaron to get up and try to wipe the floor with Zach's ass. So in my mind, how can you even bring up the fact that Karen is responsible for anything as far as how Zach is responding to her? And this, it was just really weird. The fact that he brought up Fatima, you don't know anything that has transpired between Karen and Fatima. And if we think about the last big thing that happened, it was when Fatima walked her happy ass into Karen's apartment. And there are so many people who try to justify that. I don't care what Karen did. I don't care if Karen sucked Zach up right there at that damn coffee shop. That does not give anybody the right to enter your home. Period. And it was that moment in time was so unorthodox, and it was so unbelievable that Fatima walked her ass into Karen's spot with 3 of her friends and nobody put hands on her. Come on now. If it was any of us, I'm going to just say me because I don't know about y'all friends. I don't know who y'all rock with. If it was me and I'm at my pregnant friend house, she didn't even have to be pregnant, but I'm at my friend house and somebody who I know she don't like walked her happy ass into my friend's place, I'm breaking your jaw. your jaw will be wired shut by the time the ambulance come and wheel your ass out. You won't be moving. You will have broken limbs. And I don't even really get into physical altercations, but I am big on the disrespect. I don't know how much disrespectful you can be by walking into someone's house. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. Now, if somebody would have busted a cap in her ass, oh, she would have been wrong. But see, I live in Florida. I live in Florida, baby. And what that means is we have something called stand your ground. You walk into my house, you liable to get what you liable to get, and we just gonna leave it at that. But I just feel like sometimes with the writing is very biased. It's been biased. And then when anybody brings it up, if it pertains to Zach and Fatima having a biasness on the show, people act like they can't see it. But the moment one of the writers do something nice for Karen, oh, they biased. Oh, they won't care. I'm like, what? What are we watching? Let's be honest here. So to everybody who came in my damn inbox and DM and comment section who love to tell me how I don't hold Karen accountable, you never say anything about her, you obviously don't listen to my videos. There is no way you can listen to my videos and come up with that particular assumption. Like I said, I was here for Aaron saying what the hell he had to say to Karen because it was overdue. But when he began to mention other people, that's where I have an issue with. And that's how I am in real life. If me and person A have a issue, then it needs to only be addressed with me and person A. I don't need person A to bring it. Well, you know, person D, F, and K got a problem with you too. I don't give a damn about them. I don't give a damn about them right now. This is between you and I. What is your grievance with me? What is your issue with me? What have I done to cause a shift in our dynamic? Let's talk about that. Because if you can't talk to me about you and me, and you have to include other people, then me and you don't got a problem. You got the problem. And I'm going to be in a position where I don't want to hear what you have to say. So I didn't feel that was right on any level. Now, there is a group of people who feel like Aaron shouldn't have come in the first place. And I can understand why people may feel that way, but this is where I stand on it. Karen is dealing with the fact that she is embarrassed that she has two men who fathered her children. That is understandable, and I get it. However, simply because Karen is embarrassed, that does not have any weight on Aaron being excited about becoming a father by having a biological child. He has every right to be excited, to be happy and ecstatic. Just as with Zach, he has every right to be happy, joyful, and ecstatic. Karen had an issue with Aaron before he ever bought one gift to that shop. The way that Karen has been acting, it appears that the mere presence of Aaron causes her to squirm. And we have to deal with that. And one of the issues, which amongst many, but one of the issues that I have with this show when it comes to the writing, it is no fault of the actors, is the writing of the show. They will mention something and never bring it back up again, which is a detriment to the overall story. We have a random woman who comes up, spots Aaron, calls him John, and we never hear any more about this particular person. We have no idea. All we know is that she just happened to be somebody that Aaron was spending time with or dating, which he could because he was not in a committed relationship with Karen. So he had every right to date whomever he wanted to. But for this woman to respond the way that she did, for her to be so, passionate about the things she was saying about his character as a person, and we just don't hear from this woman again, it makes utterly no sense. But this is what we have, and that's why I have such a hard time at times really coming for the characters, because it's the writing. The writing is definitely, I'm sorry, it's just piss poor. There's just no way to get around it, and that's my opinion. You don't have to feel that way, but that's me. So going back to Karen having an issue with Aaron before he ever purchased anything for this child or these children, that's just what it's been. And I think because Karen, we have not seen her truly deal with her feelings around Aaron, because there is no doubt in my mind that Karen knows beyond a shadow of a doubt that Aaron cares for her genuinely. He has a genuine love for her, a genuine concern for her. I also think it's something, as he stated, that she's never had, and she doesn't know how to reciprocate it. And not only that, she doesn't know how to receive it. So you can't reciprocate something that you don't even know how to receive. And I think that's the season that we are finding her in, which is fine. Those things happen. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of women out there who have never experienced a great man. who is emotional, intelligent, who has dealt with his shortcomings and his issues, knows he's not perfect. He can express and explain the areas of his life in which are weaknesses for him, and that he wants to take those weaknesses and make those his strengths. A lot of women have not experienced that. And then when you do come in contact with that, you possibly think this person is trying to run game, or the phrase that we love to say so much, he's just too good to be true. No, he's true. You just have never dealt with him. You just haven't experienced this type of man. You may be used to the man that cheats on you, that calls you out your name, that treats you poorly. And sadly, that is what a lot of women have experienced and continue to experience, because they are not willing to open themselves up to the guy who may not be as hardcore, who may not be as accessible to the streets, who may have grown up with a certain level of privilege, so on and so forth, and you're not willing to give those guys a second look or a first chance. And I believe that's what Karen is dealing with. I also believe that Karen is dealing with the possibility of believing that Aaron could break her heart, which are all justifiable feelings. Those are things that are very real, but because the writing doesn't tell us or show us that, we have to just elude the fact that you just got an attitude problem with this man. But we never ever find out the why. And we never find out the why for a lot of these characters. We never find out a why for a lot of the things that they do. What is the reason that Karen has an issue with with Aaron? We can assume, we can allude, but the writers never tell us what it is. Now, even going back to him bringing this stroller, like I said, when he brought the stroller, no one was in the shop. It was literally Karen and her mother. No one saw him brought it in there. He didn't parade it around. I think this man is just showing his excitement, and that's where I am with it. Now, simply because somebody is pregnant with your child, that does not give you permission to just pop up on them anytime you feel like it. I do feel that there should be a level of respect, in the sense of, hey, Karen, just letting you know I'm on the way to the shop. I don't want anything. I'm just going to, have you eating lunch? No. Okay, I'm going to bring you something to eat, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything specifically that you want? Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that needs to be implemented as well. Like, don't get so consumed when you just coming up to my house, because I know I don't play that in real life. If I have your child, or don't just come to my house unannounced. Just let me know. Hey, I'm around the way. I want to know that you home. I want to come see, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm home. Come over. It's just common courtesy, and it's just a level of respect that I think they all need. But I'm not going to give Aaron too much on that, because like I said, Karen just, she in her feelings, and we don't know why. We just don't know why. Now, this is what I'm going to have a problem with, and I stated this on our Sister's Keeper, and I'm going to just let y'all know if y'all listen to me. I'm going to have a parental advisory sticker whenever this episode happens, because I know it's going to happen. This was nothing more than a setup. The things that Aaron was saying, this is nothing more than a setup to have Karen apologize to Zach, possibly Fatima, and her damn friends. I'm going to have a huge issue with that, because what I don't like is, for whatever reason, Karen's character, when she responds from what someone has done to her, for whatever reason, she's the bad guy. There is no reason for her to apologize to Zach. There is no reason for her to apologize to Fatima. And there's damn sure no reason for her to apologize to Danny. For what? What is she apologizing for? And simply because the words came out of Aaron's mouth, it doesn't lighten the blow. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it, oh, well, since Aaron said it, it has to be law. He ain't God. But I understand what the writer did, and I understand why the writer had Aaron said it, because when Aaron says it, it gives it a little bit more validity. But to me, it didn't. It was more so like, are you kidding me right now? But I know this is what's gonna happen. And whoever write that episode, I'm gonna cut shot. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm laying it out, because I already know the setup, and it's sad because when it comes to the sisters, Karen is the only character that truly is held accountable for things that she didn't do, things that is in her right to do, and then she has to come back and apologize for them. And it's just a very interesting watch. It's a very, very interesting perspective, I believe, that the writers have when it comes to these characters. And I, for one, don't understand it as an avid viewer, as someone who has been watching the show since its premiere date. And we are watching a show that people wrote who had to binge watch because they never watched the show. So they haven't sat with these characters like we have. They don't know these characters, you know what I'm saying, like we have. And even listening to a lot of the fans who contact me who feel like they should be the ones writing the show. I think the hell not. You can't write a show because this person is your favorite or you like them. That's not how a writer is supposed to do. You're not supposed to have biases. You're supposed to write a story for the story. And I think, for me, it feels that the writers are having a hard time finding Karen, in my personal opinion. But we're going to see what happens. But like I said, I already know that was a setup for Karen to apologize. I'm not looking forward to it, but I know it's going to happen because that's just what it does. But overall, when it comes to Karen and Aaron, I applauded Aaron for saying what he said, because I feel that for so long, this was the Aaron we were introduced to, because he told Karen straight up in season 1, the way she talked to Zach, you will not talk to me like that. And I could appreciate that. I love men who stand on business, and I love men with backbone. I love men who could tell you like, no, we not doing that. We don't present ourselves like that. We don't do that. And I love that. I think it's so necessary. I really do. I think it's so necessary. And then I've had some people who contacted me based on what I said on our Sisters Keeper about being in agreement with the way that Aaron responded, other than the bull crap he said about Zach, Fatima, and Karen's friends. And the reality is there are some women out there who just feel that their men should be doormats, that they should accept their actions, they should accept everything that they say. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I appreciated him functioning as a man. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was overdue. It was overdue because Karen has been trying Aaron. I'm gonna just put it out there. She has been trying him, and the fact that they actually ended on good terms, and he went 3-4 months without contacting her, without any without popping up, without any physical interaction, nothing. And the moment he gets called and told that he's gonna be a father, his presence irritates her. Well, no, ma'am, nobody told you to open up your legs to him and not use a condom. So here we are, okay? I ain't shaming you, because I probably would have did the same thing. But we are here, and you just got to deal with the fact that the man that you did not want to have a child with, you're having a child with. So, ma'am, pull up them big girl panties, because them kids going to be here before we know it. Hell, she already like 7 months. They're going to be here before we know it, ma'am. So I'm going to need you to get with the program. Just like Aaron told her, this is happening. Whether you like it or not, deal with it. That's just what it is, and I stand on that. But Aaron, don't you come at her again with no damn Fatima, Zach, and her friends. And I hated that, Karen is the bitter, angry black woman. Stop it. Stop it. I hate that narrative. I really do. And I hate the fact that a black man writes that this woman is bitter, she's mad, she's black. Like, I hate that narrative. And she's not the only character that they do that on this show with. But because I'm sticking to Karen and Aaron, I'm just going to deal with that part. But I hate that narrative about her character amongst other characters on the show as well. But that's all I got to say about that. I did not expect this video to be that long, but that's just what I had to say. I appreciate you guys for listening. I really, really do. And for those who listen to our Sisters Keeper, and Erica and I were really talking about how we feel about this show. And it's sad that we're here. This was once one of my favorite shows to watch. And now half of the time it watches me. You know what I'm saying? It watches me. And I have grown tired of the foolery, because I feel that this had such promise. This show had such opportunity to be in the conversation with, like, girlfriends and Living Single and Moesha and Martin and Fresh Prince and those type of shows that meant so much to, the game, that meant so much to black culture and black content. And I mean no shade when I say this, but I feel like this is going to be one of the shows that we talk about in a space of, you remember that show Tyler Perry had with those women? It doesn't have that same type of cultural hit, in my personal opinion, like the shows that I mentioned, which is sad, because I feel like it had every opportunity. It had the ingredients for that. It had everything that it needed. I'm gonna do a video because someone sent me a message that I thought was really good, even though I don't agree with it. And they asked me, they gave their points, and I'll share that when I do the video. But basically, they were asking me, do I feel that Tyler Perry tried to fashion the relationship between Karen and Danny to that of Regine and Max on Living Single? Even though I felt, I understood where they were coming from, I do not see the similarities, but I thought it's going to be a great topic for a video. So that's going to be something that I'm working on. I want y'all to bear with me because I am in the process of moving. Okay. So, it's a lot going on my side, but I'm going to try to get these videos out as quickly as I can. But again, I want to thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.